Thank you for coming to KSHB.com and checking out the weather blog. Well, we have a feature in the upper level part of the atmosphere that we have seen a lot this season since the pattern set up in early October, an upper level ridge. These ridges are not storm systems. That's why it's dry. That's why it's been mostly warm. And we haven't had much snow. And we have another ridge now moving towards us here as we go through the weekend. Now, there is a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but when you're in these ridges, it's hard to get big, widespread rain this time of year. But today, no rain. It's going to be a really nice day into the low 60s with sunshine and a light wind, 70s out to the west. Now, tomorrow, the forecast gets a little tricky. We do have a warm front approaching, and we'll get some clouds in overnight tonight. And yes, a few showers or thunderstorms will be possible, especially south of I-70, later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Not that widespread. There may be a yard or a farm out there that maybe gets a quarter inch of rain. We'll see about that, or a few downpours, but most locations will stay dry. But it's embedded in these clouds, and that's going to make the forecast tomorrow very difficult. The clouds are going to move off to the east. And look at the temperature spread tomorrow. Near 90 in southwest Kansas, near 80 around here just to our southwest, and in the 40s in St. Louis. So the forecast around here is difficult. We're going to go 75 degrees, but it'll be in the 70s from here westward. And look at that, Chillicothe, Marshall, they may only be in the 50s. It depends on the clouds and the morning shower thunderstorm activity in the warm front. The slower that thing moves, the cooler we will be. We're going to go 75, but we'll see how this evolves. Now, the other thing is, yes, we have a couple showers and thunderstorms possible later tonight and tomorrow morning. But since early October, we have really dried out. A drought has been growing and developing in the middle part of the country, and right now, we're in a moderate drought with a severe drought in central Missouri. And as we go through the spring, this pattern continues at this rate of dryness. And then we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a significant drought. And look at the dryness. Since October 7th, we've only had 3.79 inches of rain since the 7th of October. Average is over 11. That is 7.34 inches below average. Compare that to October 7th, 2015 to March 31st, 2016. We had over a foot of rain and snow. So there wasn't a lot of snow last year, so it was mostly rain. We are in much drier shape this year. Now, there is some changes to talk about. The last 10 days of the month, it's going to get more active. We're going to see storm systems come in off of the Pacific and move in. We've had this before. However, these storm systems are mostly dysfunctional. They're moving so fast, we just don't get a lot of rain out of it. Now, that could change as we go into this part of the pattern. Maybe one of these storm systems will jump out of character and give us a decent rain. But on the latest data for the next 7 days, the rain around here is paltry. There's some really nice rain to our east, but that's where it's been happening. Maybe a tenth to a half of an inch of rain here in the next 7 days, a quarter to 1 inch to the east. That ain't much when you're over 7 inches below average. Now, all this being said, that could change. We've had some computer model runs that have been much wetter than this for the next 7 days. So let's hope this latest data is wrong. So here is the 7-day forecast, 62 today, 75 tomorrow. But remember, 50 is just to the east, 80 is just to the west. So it's a tough one. Maybe that early morning thunderstorm. Spring begins on Monday, a little cooler. There is a cool, cloudy day on Tuesday, a slight chance of a little bit of rain. And then there's that chance towards the end of the week. But again, there's slight chances. Or they're not that widespread, but perhaps that will change as we get a little closer to it. Have a great weekend.